Hello Star Warriors, I'm going to show you what's recently become one of my favorite builds. It's my own personal shotgun build. Now some quick disclaimers before we get into the explanation of it all. If you're looking for something that's viable and death sentence one down, this is not the video for you. I pretty much exclusively play on Mayhem, sometimes Death Wish, so this build does apply to those. I'm not sure about death sentence one down. You will need the Butcher's Barbecue pack to get the Stakeout 12G shotgun, and you will need at least Infamy 1 in order to get the cheaper top tier skills. With that all out of the way, let's get on to the explanation. So the weapons of choice. The Stakeout 12G shotgun. It has a good ammo pickup rate and it's full auto. So you'll want to modify it as such. Buckshot rounds, of course, the long barrel, the shark teeth nozzle, accuracy down, auto fire, just a gadget of your choice, the drum magazine, and the sight doesn't matter. You can just use whatever you want, whatever you're comfortable with. Now, as for our secondary, we want the Locomotive 12G. I decided to mod this to be my dedicated anti-shield weapon. How did I do that? Well, you get the AP slug to penetrate the shields, of course, the King's Crown compensator, accuracy up, a gadget of your choice once again, pro grip, extended magazine, whatever sight you want, the war-torn stock, and the shell rack. So you get super high accuracy for your AP slugs, which will be helpful. As for the skills, you want to get Combat Medic, Quick Fix, and Painkillers all aced, so you can work your way up to Inspire aced. That is it for the Mastermind tree. For Enforcer, this is the real meat of the build. You get Underdog, Shotgun CQB, Shotgun Impact, Close By, and Overkill, all of them aced. Do not worry about far away. Oops. Resilience, Die Hard, Transporter, Shotgun are all basic. I just think they're overall generally useful skills to have. And of course you want Bullseye Ace just to give you that little bit of extra survivability. As for Scavenger, you want to ace that and get extra lead basic so we can bring some ammo bags for my team. Next for Technician, I want to get Steady Grip aced. And I had some points left over, so I figured I'd support my team a little bit extra by getting some drill skills. With Hardware Expert Basic and Drill Sergeant aced. Next, you'll want Duck and Cover Basic and Parkour aced. Just so you can run and reload at the same time. I think that's very valuable skill to have in any build. Second Wind Basic, Optical Illusions Basic, High Value Target aced, just so you can get even more damage on special units. Finally, for the Fugitive tree, all we have is 9 Knives Basic. We're not playing on Death Sentence 1 down, so why bother acing it? And finally, the last important part of this is the Maniac Perk deck. I've messed around with Anarchist and Grinder, but I personally prefer the damage absorption for me and my team, because we all need that survivability. As for the armor, I prefer the heavy ballistic vest, but you can mess around and see what you like. The throwable, also up to you. I use the Molotov. Melee, up to you. Equipment, obviously you want to bring the ammo bag. And that's all the important stuff out of the way. I guess the rest of this video will be just gameplay of the build in action, along with some comments on why I picked certain weapons and certain skills. Alright, see ya. So, why did I pick this Stakeout? Well, it has a fast reload and good ammo pickup rate, and the drum magazine gives you a whopping 20 shots before you have to reload, 35 with Close By aced. On top of that, it's full auto and it reloads all of its shells at once rather than one at a time. So it's pretty freaking good. You may be wondering why the accuracy is so bad. Well, if you don't know how shotguns in Payday 2 work, I'll give you a real quick rundown. Basically, instead of shooting X amount of pellets per shot and calculating damage based on how many pellets are hitting the target, it instead shoots a bunch of pellets going everywhere, all doing the maximum damage. And each target can only take one pellet, so You want to spread those pellets out as far as possible so you can get more targets and hit more people at once for all that damage. Now, about the locomotive. Why did I pick that? Why did I make it my dedicated anti-shield option? Well, it can be modded with super high accuracy, which is what you want with AP rounds. So, you know, you can more reliably hit shields at further distances. It also has a pretty okay ammo pickup rate. It's just 1 bullet per box, but it's not like it really matters. It is your secondary after all. It's a utility specifically against your shields. It can also be modified to hold 10 shells at once, so that's pretty good. And about those skills I picked, yeah, I'm definitely going to need to explain those, huh? I aced all of the skills in tier 1 and 2 of medic because I'm not going to be using any first aid kits or medic bags, so everything else is going to be way more helpful to get into Inspire aced. I only put stuff into the medic tree so I could help my team out a little bit, and controller and sharpshooter are completely unnecessary. The enforcer section, however, that's the real meat of this build, with the shotgunner being, well, a shotgun build that's pretty obvious of a choice. Shotgun CQB and shotgun impact are no-brainers. Underdog aced is helpful for a little bit of extra survivability and damage. You don't really need to ace overkill. I mean, you're all only using shotguns, but I do prefer having to swap the faster switch speed so I can more quickly deal with shields. Oh, also, close by ace. Yeah, you want to get those additional 15 shells on the stakeout. That's really good. Now, about tank, another part of enforcer. Like I said, I think it's generally nice to have resilience, diehard, transporter, and shock and awe, basic. Bullseye ace is also a nice skill to have, just for some extra survivability. And some stuff in ammo specialist where I get 2 ammo bags. I just figured I'd bring that because not really many people bring ammo bags. Usually bring first aid kits and medic bags. I mean, I could have put points into, you know, making the ammo bags the best they could be, getting 2 ammo bags with 600% ammo each, getting bullet storm, but that's not what this build is really about. And why would I spend a point into bullet storm if it's only going to be 5 seconds? Like, at that point, why bother? And technician is pretty bare. We just have steady grip aced and a couple drill skills. Why not just save a point from acing steady grip and put it into stable shot basic instead? Well, I'd have 2 points left over, and 2 points isn't really good for much, so I wanted to use all of them. But I did have some points left over for hardware expert basic and drill sergeant aced. I just wanted to help my team out a little bit more, at least in terms of drills and saws. I combined those two. But yeah, so I thought, why not put some points into it? And Ghost has some skills that I really love to use. Like parkour aced, I just cannot play this game without it. It's such a basic skill that every game should have, being able to reload and sprint at the same time. You can get yourself out of one situation and prepare for another one. It just saves a lot of time, really. And, you know, high value target. I just like having that for even more damage. And finally, about the fugitive skill set. I only have 1 point by now. I just get 9 lives basic. No need to ace it since I'm not playing 1 down. I hate 1 down. And that's all the skills and weapons explained. The last thing to explain would really be the perk deck. Why did I pick Maniac? Like I said, I want some survivability for myself and my team. I've considered Grinder and Anarchist, but come on, I need more team play in this setup. Also, if you just got revived, you only have 10% health, you can pop a few headshots and absorb a ton of damage on your way to a medic bag or first aid kit. Or you can be like me and try to see how long that damage absorption can last you on 10% health. That's really irresponsible, but also kind of like pushing the limits like that. There's only a few things left to explain, so I might as well go through them really quick. Chose the Molotov for some easy area denial, just throw on down, don't let enemies come through. I picked the electrical brass knuckles in case I need to reload in a pinch or just stun an enemy and give myself a second. And I used a heavy ballistic vest because I think it's a great balance of armor, health, and stamina, and speed. Not health. Blech. But you know what I mean. Whew, okay. Now it's time to close off this video. If you're interested in the mods I used, I'll link them all in the description below. If you want to see more Payday 2 builds, I'll be glad to show you if you commented below. Yeah, I can't talk. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care and boyo.